How's it going, everyone? Cubeologist here again. Sorry that I've been a little bit behind on my schedule here lately, but I've been really sick the last few days, so I plan on getting right back into it, starting today with this unboxing from the Cubicle. So let's get into this and see what we've got. Alright, let's see here. Looks like we've got an Eitan's Twist cube. That's really cool. Oh, the business card fell out. And an Eitan's Fisher Twist. Wow, those look really cool. Alright, so you guys may or may not know this is one of two box options. I'm not sure if the Cubicle sells it, but Calvin's Puzzle actually boxes them a couple different ways. I actually prefer this way though because I don't really care about the boxes too much. I keep them in case I end up selling a puzzle or something, but I don't take boxes into account that much. So let's see really quickly here. Looks like pretty typical Calvin's box. And let's open the regular one first. I say regular, obviously it's not normal because it's twisted, but this one's made out of a 3x3 instead of a Fisher cube, thus the name. So let's see. Alright. Well, that looks pretty cool. Now some people have said, yeah, you can see that this sticker is kind of coming off there, but if you keep them pushed down, shouldn't be a problem. But it's hard to make 3D stickers, right? So these are just 2D trying to fit on a 3D puzzle that is kind of a manifold surface here. It kind of stretches in two different ways, so that's pretty interesting. But the stickers don't seem like they'll be too big of a problem, and I like that they didn't put white on bottom. That'll make it more of a challenge. But before we turn this one, let's open this as well. Alright, so we've got the exact same color scheme you can see here, and they are both really cool. I didn't know how much it had actually been twisted, but it looks like it is like a 90-degree twist, if that makes sense. It's like if you were really strong, or this was made out of rubber, took the top of a 3x3 and turned it 90 degrees like that, and then stickered. So that's pretty cool. I really like these. So let's do some first turns. Okay, this is going to be a little locky, it seems like. Oh, wow. This is really locky. You know how when a certain puzzle won't turn one way and you have to go back the other way? That's happening a lot here. And this is really loose too, so let's see if it's just that side. No, this one's pretty locky. And listen, you can tell it's kind of rattly. Now these layers turn just fine. But yeah, maybe it was an alignment problem. No, it's where there's no Florian cuts of any type, which I understand that makes the puzzle look better, but this might kind of be a pain to solve. Let's see if the Eitan's Fisher Twist turns any better. So far so good. Yeah, that actually turns a little bit better. That turns a lot better. So you guys can see that this is made from a Fisher cube. Hypothetically, obviously this one's made from scratch. They don't start with a Fisher cube. And the stickers have the same small problem, but like I said, that's not a big deal. Yeah, this one definitely turns better. You know, maybe that's just my luck of the draw that I got one that doesn't turn that well with this one, but I'll definitely be lubing it and working with it a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, and now really quick, I want to show you guys the checkerboard patterns and want to explain a little bit about them because I've seen some other videos on these puzzles and there seems to be a little bit of confusion, so I might be able to help a little bit here. Let's see, 1, 2. As you can see, the regular Eitan's Twist cube looks a little bit strange, and then when you do the Fisher cube, wow, this thing turns so much better. I don't know why. I'm going to have to work with that. The Eitan's Twist cube. But when you do this one, it looks really cool. You can see these line up just perfectly. It's always opposite colors on each what is equivalently a side there, even though it's a weird kind of shape. So that looks a lot better. And the reason for that is you can see here that these are the center slice edges, and they only have one color. So let me get this back into the typical shape. Wow, the turning on this thing, I have to say, is extremely disappointing. I don't know. I think it's going to pop on me, I'm afraid. But you can see here, when you turn on a 3x3, whenever you do this turn, like that, the first two moves of a checkerboard, you're switching two opposite colors. That's what a checkerboard is, right? You want opposite colors on each side, if I can get it right here. So you're switching opposite colors every time you make a turn. Well, on this one, when you make this turn, as you can see, you are switching green and white rather than white and yellow. So the middle layer here is essentially like a Fisher cube because it's twisted. So the top and bottom layers are like a 3x3, but since it's twisted, the middle layer is like a Fisher cube. So that's why the checkerboard looks so funny when you do it, because you're just switching green and yellow, yellow and white, blue and white there. So it doesn't really look that good. But on the Fisher cube, it's just like having a 3x3 in the middle layer. That's why I think this one's actually going to be easier to solve. Because if you take a look at it here, when you turn this slice, you're switching white and yellow, and blue and green. So I think that's why everything looks a little bit better as far as checkerboard patterns go. But that's just something I noticed here playing with these, and I thought I'd give it a quick explanation. But now I want to do a solve on this one. I'm going to do it on this puzzle, one, because I think it's easier, and two, because it just turns so much better. Everything on this puzzle is frustrating. I'm sure I might be able to get it to turn a little better with some TLC later on, but right now, yeah, it's just not my favorite. I was actually just going to get this one, but then the Cubicle was nice enough to send me both of them, so I'm super happy for that. You guys definitely go check out the Cubicle. They have supported my channel so much over the last year. Definitely my favorite cube store. They've gotten so much busier here in the last 6 months, and they're still keeping on top of everything. Just super happy with everything they've done for me, so thanks to them. And yeah, go check them out. I'll actually put the prices and links to both of these puzzles down in the description, and you guys can go check that out there. So let's see here. I'm not really happy with this scramble yet, but we're going to call that scrambled, even though I don't like that those are connected. So are those. Alright, we're going to call that semi-scrambled at least. So how am I going to approach this? I'm going to start with orange. And now looking at these center pieces on what is essentially going to be my middle layer, I think they can only be oriented two different ways, so it's not like a super cube, but it's kind of like a two-sided super cube, if that makes any sense at all. So I'm going to see the white one's going to need turned, but let's see here. What is this? Green. So let's put that up and over. Looks like the green one's going to be okay. We'll put it down right there. Let's see, where is another orange piece? Right here. That is the blue one, so it's going to go down here. It's a little bit difficult to turn. Okay, that's going to need turned as well. And there's the last one. A little bit difficult to turn, but if you treat it like a ghost cube and just kind of wiggle everything before you try to get it going, it should be okay. So the green's okay, yellow's okay, blue and white need turned. So I'll just take this bottom piece up and put it over here. So now I'm free to turn this one, turn it 90 degrees, bring this back, and you can see it lines up okay. Put it down, and do the same thing with this one. Now that's how I treat the center slice centers on a ghost cube. That's how I take care of those rotations on it as well, and that works. I know there's probably a more efficient way, but I think it was the Cube Dude I learned that from. I'm not sure, but I saw that in some tutorial. And then I'm going to try to... Okay, so that's not good. Let's see here. If we've got... This goes here, so we're looking for a yellow and blue piece. And it's right there. I think I can just do F2L here. It just might take me a little while. Okay, so yeah, those are matched up, and I will just sledgehammer them in if I can turn this. Alright, those are good. So now orange oh, not orange, but blue. That one will go here. And we're looking for blue and white. So that's there. Put it back here. And I think, yeah, we can just insert that like an F2L pair. And then we need a white and green one. So let's see. How are we going to match those up? I get a little bit confused because the colors are a little bit off to me. Let's see if this is going to line up. Nope. So we'll put it on the other side. And then we'll put those in right here. Like that. All right, it's coming along. Now we've got the green, and we need a green yellow, which is right here. So let's see. Pair those up. And actually, I think I could even do some edge control here. So if I put them in, yeah, that'll at least give me a bar. Like that. So there's the bar. I'm just going to do 2-look OLL. All right, let's see here. Now we've got that. Okay, so now the difficulty in recognizing PLL. So it looks like a T-perm, maybe? I don't know. I honestly don't know. So let's see. I'm going to let's see if these are the corners, right? Oh goodness. I'm just going to do an A-perm and see what comes out of it. Alright, now we've... Oh, it looks like we've had an accident here. One of these things popped out. That's no good. Alright, so I'm just going to bite the bullet here. Try to line up the edges and see if they are... So these two edges are good. This corner's good, and this corner's good. So we're going to call that pair of headlights. I'm going to do another A-perm. Alright, what do we have now? And, okay, so now it looks like we've got a U-perm. So it's going to be this here, there. So it is the clockwise U-perm. Okay, well I got it, but then this popped off again. Those are going to have to be super glued, obviously. And I put it on there wrong. Alright guys, well after my best efforts here, it seems that I cannot get this to pop back on no matter how I orient it. So I don't know what the problem is, but I'll deal with that later, I guess. This just seems to be a little bit frustrating. Still enjoy the puzzle. Not so much the center cap. See, it sounds like it's popping on. As you can see there, definitely not on, no matter how much pressure I put on it. But these puzzles are still really cool. Like I said, I really want to thank the Cubicle for sending them to me. I definitely like the turning of the Eitan's Fisher Twist better than my Eitan's Twist Cube, but I think this one will be a little more challenging. So it's up to you which one you want to get. I would probably recommend the Fisher Twist, but I like both of them. So like I said, thanks again to the Cubicle. Those guys are awesome, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feels good to be back. Thanks for 6,000, by the way. That's awesome. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and you'll hear from me really soon. Later, guys.